President Obama today proposes new rules to cut emissions at electric power plants in an effort to curb global warming. Local 12 troubleshooter Howard Ain, who first reported on this back in April, joins us with how this cutback in greenhouse gases can affect our utility rates. Howard.
Yes, the new limits on greenhouse gas emissions will give states until mid-2018 in some circumstances to determine how they'll reach their targets. Now, this delay until after President Obama leaves office raises some questions about the fate of this proposed legislation. The rules to cut back carbon emissions from power plants are expected to lead to the closing of coal-fired plants. Plants like Duke Energy's Beckjord facility, which is slated to close by next year due to existing environmental regulations. Duke has retired or has announced the retirement of nearly 6,800 megawatts of older coal and large oil-fired generating plants. A Duke spokeswoman says it's too soon to say what effect these new regulations would have on electric rates, but we're already seeing rates go up in anticipation of the new regulations. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce predicts, if enacted, the new rules would lead to an increase in electric rates totaling $17 billion a year over the next 16 years. This because it predicts the new rules could force the closure of 114,000 megawatts of coal plants over that time. Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Gina McCarthy says the rules are needed to cut back on greenhouse gases, which she says has led to climate change.
In 2030, when the states meet their final goals, our proposal will result in 30% less carbon pollution from the power sector across the United States in comparison to 2005 levels. Now, just to put that in perspective, that's as if we canceled out all the annual carbon pollution from 2/3 of the cars and trucks in America.
At this point, the nation still has 600 coal-fired plants producing 39% of the nation's energy. Republicans in Congress are vowing to challenge the president's emission plan, saying it'll cost jobs.
You're already seeing the rates go up, but the proposals haven't taken effect.
Right. Now, we are seeing some increased rates because the colder winter we had are placing additional demands on electric generation facilities. And some utility companies have actually been given the go-ahead to increase fees to prepare for the increased electric generation with natural gas instead of coal. Duke Energy filed its own plan on Thursday, and we may or may not see some increases as a result of that.
Yeah, but they have to get that approved.
That's right.
Okay. Thanks, Howard.